Good morning. I'm back on another walk. It's not the same day, it's a different day. Just checking in again, making this a more frequent occurrence, seeing as I went on a 4-month hiatus, I think. So my name is Holly and I'm documenting my recovery from anorexia nervosa. I started my recovery at the beginning of lockdown, which was March, and I've continued my recovery up until now, which we're middle of August, I think. So yeah, no, it's going well. So something quite interesting happened yesterday. Well, not that interesting. Maybe interesting in the world of recovery, but not for everyone else. My dad asked last night if we wanted to go for lunch today, and it just got me thinking that before engaging in recovery I would have found any excuse possible to avoid going on a meal, especially it being so last minute. All the excuses would come out, whether I'd be unwell, I was visiting friends, I was trying to save money, I already had food in the house, and I really disliked the idea of going for a meal in a place where probably I wouldn't have any control over. So I wouldn't choose where we would be going, I wouldn't control the food that I was eating. Yes, I'd control the choice, but I would have no control over how it's been cooked, presented, what's gone in it, and because of that, eating out was pretty much a no-go, unless it was Nando's, but even then it got to the point where I was very uncomfortable with eating in Nando's, and so it was quite refreshing last night when my dad asked me, and yes, there's a niggle, you know, those things don't go away that easily. It takes repetition. The more you eat out, the easier it does get. Initially it's quite scary. No, it's really scary, but if you keep engaging in it and keep persevering, it does get easier. Initially I would look at the menu beforehand, I would get an idea of possibly what I would be having. I'd also have a backup plan just in case that meal wasn't available. Oh god, I'm walking through some shit. Oh, I mean, the joys of living in West Wales. Oh my god, this is disgusting. Across the shit show. What was I saying? Yeah, so have a backup plan, and also surround yourself with people who are aware of the place that you're currently at. Have someone that you're able to talk to if you are really struggling. Go for meals that you may be comfortable with, you're familiar with, but that challenge you a little bit as well. But if it doesn't, if it is something that you're comfortable with and you're not feeling in a challenging mood, that's perfectly fine. It's being very gentle with yourself, it's being kind to yourself. It's recognising that by me eating out today, that is a challenge, and maybe I will go for a meal that I would normally have at home, but that's okay. There's this concept of a perfect recovery, that when you go out for food you can order chips, pizza, have a dessert, maybe a starter, bread and olives, and sometimes that isn't the case. Sometimes it's picking your battles, recognising that even just going out for a meal is a massive win, and dimming that external noise of you should be able to do this, you should be able to eat this amount because that's what I should be able to do in a good recovery, and no. Of course, this morning we still don't know where we're going for food, so quite chuffed with myself. I don't know where I'm eating for lunch, I don't know what I will be having, but it's okay because food isn't scarce, there's always food at hand, so I don't need to freak out. And yeah, before, looking back now, my arm is really, I'm not used to this. I need a selfie stick. How? Anyway, before this, this would have freaked me out, not knowing where I would be eating for lunch. I'd have to know exactly where, what time, how we'd be getting there, how many people would be there, what was on the menu, what I'd be having. And life isn't meant to be regimented, life is meant to be extremely flexible, because Jesus, it's so unpredictable. Who would have thought that we'd be living in a pandemic? Not a lot of people, I don't think. It's being malleable, it's being flexible in your day-to-day life, because things crop up. Coffee dates crop up, last minute meals out crop up, cinema dates crop up where there's popcorn and fizzy drinks involved, and I want to live that life where I'm flexible enough to say yes to those things. I can go to those things and be comfortable with those things. Anyway, I'm rambling on. I'll let you know where we end up going, and what I will be having. So yeah, speak soon. Bye. So it's the next day, and yes, my scatty brain is just terrible. Hi, so it's the next day, and it's not that I couldn't record anything yesterday, it's because the storage on my phone is not great at the moment, and so I was recording and it cut me off. So I'm sorry about that, but yesterday we went for lunch with my dad and I had a halloumi. Oh, it was so nice. It was just, it was an halloumi, avocado, fried egg, and I think salad in like a brioche bun. And the egg was just runny, it was lovely. And then Dad wanted to have sweet for afters, and so I had a carrot cake as well. And yeah, I wasn't nervous. Years and years of saying no and refusing things whilst other people are having them can get quite lonely and quite isolating, and so it was nice to join in. And yeah, it was just a lovely time. It was nice to focus on other things and the food just being a byproduct of the situation. Food wasn't the whole focus. So yeah, it was really nice. And lo and behold, we're actually going out again today for lunch. It's me, my mum and my auntie. Before, I definitely wouldn't have done that. If I'd have eaten out the day before, the day after, it would be quite regimented. I'd probably restrict, whereas now I'm much more flexible. And even though I'm going out for lunch again today, I didn't miss breakfast. I still had my breakfast, so I didn't show it, which I'm sorry for, but you're just gonna have to take my word for it. I had Alpen. So I know there's a no added sugar version, but not in this house. We have the real deal. So I had Alpen, I had a banana, a nectarine, some strawberries, and then milk, yogurt, and peanut butter. I've just opened a new bucket. I know, they do them in buckets now. My boyfriend got this one for me. It's nice, it's lovely, but it's really rich, so you actually don't need as much. So I had a bit of this. Oh my god, look at the runniness on that. It's like liquid. It's yum. So I had that, and then I wanted some more peanut butter, so I had a bit of the OG. My fave probably, but yeah, I had a spoonful of this as well. So just because I'm going out for lunch, it does not mean that breakfast is restrictive. It doesn't mean that dinner will be restrictive. It's still a normal day, and although initially it's quite difficult getting used to that mindset and steering away from restricting on other meals, I don't want to be grumpy going into this lunch not having had breakfast, because I think that in order for me to have a lunch out, I need to restrict on other meals. And no, I'm not going to be that person. I am still going to have breakfast and I'm still going to have dinner, because my body dislikes feeling hungry at the moment. It really just, it wants food and it wants it regularly. Later on, I'm not going to restrict. I'm still going to have my dinner. And yeah. Oh, also, I wanted to touch on the fact that I am wearing a very floaty dress at the moment, and baggy clothes is just a life saviour. I am not a jeans person or a bodycon dresses person at the moment anyway, because I don't like feeling restrictive. I'm very much in the baggy clothes sort of mentality at the moment, so baggy dresses, wanting to feel comfortable, not restricted, and allow my belly to expand with good meals out. So yeah, I'll show you a pic and a video hopefully later. Yeah, take care, bye! Also, I have been stung by wasps twice on 2 consecutive days, and I actually forgot how painful they are. One is on my arm. It's actually gone down quite a bit. Yeah, one's there and one is there. I hate wasps. Yeah, so I'm having to wear insect repellent now because apparently they like to sting my skin, and it's painful. I actually felt like crying. So we come home and yeah, it was lovely. So the meal, there were 3 of us, and in total it came, well, it was £21, but because of this whole 50% off, it was £10.50. So it was a pretty good deal. Anyway, I had a bean burger, which was amazing. It didn't look like very appetizing, but it was good. Probably one of the best bean burgers I've ever had. That's a strong comment. And then I had some rice, coleslaw, I think there was couscous, there was red cabbage, it's kind of mix of things. So I had that, and I had a tea as well, and then afterwards so attached to this cafe there's a little food shop thing, and they sell fresh fruit and they have chocolates, crisps. So I had some crisps as well. I just fancied something else. I wasn't fully satisfied. The bean burger did hit the spot, but I needed a little spot. So I had a little spot. Anyway, it was really lovely, and for dinner tonight, I don't know what I'm having, but I'm thinking falafel, hummus, avocado, jacket potato, yeah, just thinking of that balanced plate approach, you know, making sure that I'm having a protein, a carb and some fats, because prior to engaging in recovery, my meal was just veg, and it's very unhealthy to just have a plate full of veg. So yeah, I'm basing my meals around that sort of structure, but if there's one day where I'm just having pasta, that's fine. It's all about balance. So yeah, I think I'll have that. Ov's gonna have some pudding as well, so not restricting, still eating. Yeah,